Y'all know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllDay.com.
What's going on, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Making this video here to talk about business, entrepreneurship. Any of you who want to get into business, not sure how you're going to get into business or what exactly you're going to do in business, hopefully what I share in this video will help you out. Because I get a lot of people come to me, maybe they may be college students, maybe high school students, maybe you're an athlete, thinking about what you're going to do next when you get out of college, when you get out of high school, when you get done with school. Maybe you want to quit school right now. Maybe you're playing a sport and you think your career is not going to go any further, and you're starting to look to what's the next thing for me? What's the next thing going to be? And me personally, I had looked at that while I was still playing. While I was still playing sports, I started saying, okay, what am I going to do when I'm done playing this sport? How am I going to be able to provide value in the world? Because when you provide value, you get value back, whether that's time, attention, money, fame, friends, whatever it is that you want. You got to provide some value to get some value back. So I don't want to just be a guy who used to play basketball, or a guy who used to do this, or a guy who, I don't know, makes YouTube videos, whatever. I wanted to expand my reach, and I want to be able to reach people who might not give a damn about basketball. And that's when I started thinking about those things. What skills do I have? What ways can I add value in the world besides just playing my sport while still serving the people who are interested in that sport? And that's a very good question to ask myself. It's going to be covered in my new book. It's called Ask Yourself a Better Question, and you'll know when that's out as long as you follow me on Snap. You follow me on Snap at Dre Baldwin. But anyway, today what I want to talk to you about is your 3-step process to be in business. Because if you want to be in business, doesn't matter what kind of business, you plan on being an entrepreneur, there are 3 simple steps you need to follow. You follow these 3 steps, I guarantee you will be in business. People will know what it is you have going on. You'll be helping somebody who needs your help, and you're going to make money if you follow these 3 steps. And these 3 steps apply to any type of business. It can be a product, it can be a service, it can be for men, it can be for women, it can be for kids, it can be for adults. It doesn't matter. You follow this process, you'll be in business. 3 simple steps you follow. Here's the number 1 step you got to follow to get into any type of business. Number 1 thing you must do is you must identify a need in the marketplace. Identify a need in the marketplace. What that means exactly is you need to find someone, or a group of someone's, better yet, not just one person because you only gonna have one customer, but a group of people who have a certain need which you are capable of filling. A group of people who have a need which you are capable of filling. So yes, I can find people who have a need, but if I can't fill it, then that's not going to help me start a business. For example, if I know a bunch of people who want to build a swimming pool at their house, but I don't know how to build swimming pools, and I don't have any type of construction crew, or I have no knowledge of swimming pools being built in houses, then I can't do anything about that. I can't fulfill that need. Even though I can identify it, I can't fulfill it. Now, if I know somebody who can, maybe I could be like the go-between person and network those people and maybe make some money as the person who connected person A to person B, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you being in business directly. So you need to identify how you can help people. I had to identify, how can I help people? What are some things that people want that I'm able to fulfill? I said, okay, well, I see a lot of people are looking for motivation. That's why I started doing weekly motivation videos. A lot of people want drills so they can work on their game in basketball. Before it was thousands of people on YouTube, I was the first one putting out drills for people in basketball. So I identified a need and I started fulfilling it. There are a bunch of players who want to play basketball overseas, but they have no idea what steps to take. So I started making content about that, wrote a book about it, made an online course about it, coach and consult people on the exact topic because I saw there was a need. And I said, okay, well, if I want to go outside of the basketball realm, listen, people who don't play basketball still need that mindset. They need that mental game. They need to develop the bulletproof mindset. They need to be more disciplined. People want to improve their confidence, want to get better at talking to people in general, want to get better at communicating, better at leadership. I said, I can teach these things. These are needs that I'm capable of fulfilling based on the skills that I have. And you can add skills to your game. So you're not stuck with whatever situation you're in right now. You could be 37, you might be 19, whatever skill set you have now and the needs you can fulfill with what you know now, you can always add to that skill set. You can enhance that skill set, but in order to do that, you must invest in yourself. Because you can't learn something new without investing some time. Definitely got to invest some time. Probably going to invest some money. Got to invest your money. You got to put your full attention on things. You got to put your energy into things in order to learn something new. That improves your skill set. Therefore, you become more valuable. If you want to hear me explain that in detail, watch my video on why you need to invest in yourself ASAP. It's a video here on YouTube. Why you need to invest in yourself. Look that video up. So the number 1 thing you have to do, I'm explaining, is identify a need out there by people. Some people have a need, whatever that need is, that you are capable of fulfilling. You got to be capable of fulfilling it. Just because you know about it doesn't mean it's worth anything. You got to be able to do something about it. Here's the number 2 thing you do. So once you know there's a need out there, this is what you do. You must create a product or a service. We'll just call it an offering. Create an offering which solves the need, which resolves the need, solves the problem, answers the question. You understand? So let's just say, for example, I realized that even people who didn't play sports, whether they play sports or they didn't play sports, they needed help with their mindset, with the way that they think, with the way that they just approach life, the way that they see themselves when they look in the mirror. What can I do about that? I identified the need and I said, you know what, I can fulfill that need because I know some things that can help people with their mindset. But just because I know things doesn't mean I'm in business. Because just knowing stuff and knowing people need it doesn't put you in business. What puts you in business is people actually paying for what you're offering. So I had to figure out a way, how can I package up what I know that other people need to know in a way that they can actually get it? So I had to create an offering. So my offerings became YouTube videos where you can put ads on your videos. My offerings became books. It became professional speaking. It became consulting. It became the Bulletproof Mindset course. My offerings became things that people can look at it and they can say, okay, I see how this is going to help me with this need that I have. I see how this guy's qualified and he's created an offering which can solve the need. And oh, this is how much it costs. Okay, I want it. I'll pay the money. They pay the money. They get to resolve their problem. I get the value in exchange for the value. Everybody understand that process? So the number 2 thing you got to do, this is the most important thing, I believe. This is the most important thing. Once you identify, actually all 3 of them are equally important, but this is very important because many people don't get over this part right here, the second part. Because a lot of people can look around the world and say, oh, I know people need this, this, this. Most people you ask, you say, what do most of the people around you need the most? Just ask anybody that question. The people around you, what do they need the most? If you could just identify 3 things that the people around you need, most people will have an answer. They'd be able to tell you, people need this, and they need this. A lot of people can identify needs if they thought about it, if they challenge themselves to think about it. How many people can create an offering which actually resolves the need? That's where you come in. So the number 2 thing you must do is but create an offering which resolves the problem. Everybody follow me. So for example, if somebody wanted a swimming pool at their house, identified they need the pool, maybe they announced that they need the pool, maybe they came to me and said, hey Dre, you know anybody who can build a pool? And maybe I'll become an expert on building swimming pools at people's houses. Now I say, oh, you know what, I do that. This is how much it's going to cost, this is what it's going to look like. They decide to buy it. So you must create an offering. This is the hard part for many people to get in business. You need to create something that solves the problem. And it has to be simple enough for people who don't know as much as you to understand what it is you're offering. Because if I just told you everything I knew about the mental game, I can make a 200-hour long course. There'll be too long, people would never even finish it. The course would take you 10 years to finish if I just said everything that I knew and just put it all out there. But I had to condense it and put the most important parts that I knew people could understand and people could digest. They could take it in, understand it, and use it. And that's where I got the Bulletproof Mindset course. So you had to be able to make it make sense. You understand? That's the number 2 thing, create an offering. Here's the number 3 thing you got to do to be in business. You got to make sure people know about what you're offering. People have to know what you're offering. They have to know. You got a Bulletproof Mindset course, you got to tell everybody about it. You wrote a book, you got to tell people about it. You make YouTube videos, you got to tell people. Whatever you're doing, you make t-shirts, you repair swimming pools, you teach little girls ballet lessons. Whatever it is you do, you must make sure people know that you do it so they can actually buy it. Because if nobody knows about it, you got the best product in the world. If no one knows about it, how are they going to buy it? And how are you going to make any money? And why did you put all that time into identifying a problem and creating a solution if you weren't going to let anybody know about it? This is a challenge that I see with many business people. They don't put themselves out there enough. They say, well, I don't want to sound all salesy. I don't want to always be pitching to my audience on YouTube or on Snapchat or on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or all that other stuff. I don't want to sound too salesy. I don't want to be making too many offers. Listen, the biggest problem most people in business have, listen to this, is very important. Biggest problem most people have is not that they sell too much, is that they sell too little. They don't sell often enough. They don't email the people on their email list often enough. They don't put out enough content so that people can actually remember who the hell you are, remember what you're about, and kind of identify your area. That know, all right, if I listen to Dre's video, I know he's going to be talking about mindset. He's going to talk about building a business. He's going to talk about basketball. People got to have an understanding of what they're getting when they're coming to you. They won't get that understanding if you're not consistent enough with your message and often enough with your message, frequent enough with the message, so that people can kind of get to know, like, all right, when I watch a Dre video, I know I'm going to get something along these lines. You understand? People got to know that. People have to know, and the only way they're going to know is if you're consistent. You got to be doing it over and over again. You got to do it frequently. Like I talked about in the quality of quantity video, you got to do it frequently enough that people can actually start to identify, okay, if I go watch Name any person you know of, any person you like, whether an internet person, a movie star, a basketball player. You got an idea of what that person is capable of and what you're going to get from that person. That's what we call a brand, ladies and gentlemen. That's what a brand is. When people know you for a certain thing or things, and they start identifying that thing with your name and identifying your name with that thing, that's when you got your message out strongly enough. And here's the thing, once that message is out strongly enough, you got to keep doing it enough that people don't forget, because more and more competition is coming into the game every single day. How many people making videos on YouTube? How many people on Snapchat? How many people selling products and services? Everybody's doing it. So you can't take a day off and just say, all right, I'm gonna chill now. Everybody knows me already. I don't have to do anything. You know how much money Nike spends on marketing on a day-to-day basis? They're already the biggest athletic apparel company. You know how much money they spend on marketing? It's like $1 million, I forget the actual number. It's like $1 million a minute. It's something crazy. It's a crazy amount of money they spend on marketing, even though they're already number one. Now, you might not have $1 million to put into your marketing budget, but guess what? You got time. You got 24 hours a day. You got a broadcasting platform, all this social media. How often are you putting your message out there? So let me recap. 3 points. Get in business. Number one, identify a need that you can solve. Identify a need that people have that you can solve. Number two, create an offering that solves this problem. And number three, make sure people know about your offering. Tell them about it and ask for the sale. You got to ask them to buy it. Just because you told people I wrote a book doesn't mean they're going to buy the book. Hey, I wrote a book, buy it. It costs $10. I made a program, buy it. It costs $1,000. I made t-shirts, buy it. It costs $25. Ask for the sale. Make sure you get the sale. Now you're in business. Thank me later. And let me get one t-shirt from you when you start your business. And let me get a copy of your book too. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.